friends, it's Floz. Welcome back to another Flosstube video. Today's video will be about my April cross-stitching update. So if you want to see what I've been doing, then keep watching. Before we get into it, just a friendly reminder that Couple of Dabblers is not just a cross-stitching channel. It's owned by both myself and my husband JP. Obviously, as you can see, I mainly do cross-stitch related content, but he does wargaming videos, now mainly Kings of War. And together we do hobby with us, talk about having greyhounds. We also like to do more gaming videos, so pretty much this is just a platform where we share what we like to do separately and together. And if that sounds pretty cool to you, please make sure to like our videos and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our weird content. So today is 30th of April, and it's at nighttime, so it's almost 10 o'clock. Now, technically, to cover the whole April, I should be doing this video tomorrow, Sunday, but tomorrow I have work, so it has to be done today, Saturday, 30th of April. So now I normally start my update with haul budget related stuff. Now, I actually didn't have any purchase until like a few hours ago, I kid you not. I bought a tote bag. Now this is supposed to be a bag for knitting, but who cares? Whether it's knitting, embroidery, crocheting, cross stitch, it's just a bag is a bag, and it's a pretty cute bag. It's supposed to be like more pinkier than what you can see, and you just close it like that. It's like a magnetic closure, and it's also got a zipper, and inside just got a big space with like a few pockets on the side. So that'll be a pretty good whip bag. This will be my third bag. So because of this random purchase, which cost me $20 from Aldi, by the way, I hope this is still relevant. You can still get it if you're interested. I will try to get this video edited quickly. Hopefully it will be out by Monday, Australia time, in the morning. Anyways, so this cost $20, and previously my budget was $65.35. Now with the $20 deducted, it's $45.35. But tomorrow, 1st of May, I'll have $50 again as my monthly budget. So after that, I will have $95.35. So that's not too bad. I will just keep trying to hold off my urge to purchase, and we'll see where we'll get to. For now, I don't have anything I really want to buy, but you know, you scroll on different websites and you see the cross-stitch stash unload. They're selling like fabrics and whatnot, and you're just like, oh, maybe I can purchase something for use later, but I don't actually need it. So I will try to hold off and hopefully make a big purchase on maybe a frame, who knows. Okay, so that's all, short and sweet. Now let's get into whip. So just give you some fun facts before we get into the specific whips. Now, excluding today, which I didn't do any stitching so far, April has 29 days, yeah, so far. And I had 3 extra days off, public holidays. So April is a big public holiday month. So I had 3 extra days off, and I actually didn't end up working on any of them. So that gave me 2 long weekends. So there's the Easter long weekend, which had 4 days off in a row, and the Anzac Day weekend that had 3 days weekend. And I didn't travel anywhere, just so you know. So altogether this month I stitched for 47 hours. Now you'd think that's pretty good, isn't it? But thinking I had extra days off, that's not that much, because I remember the last few months, I think I had 40 something hours as well, 50 something hours. There was even a month I had 60 something hours. So this month was not that productive stitching wise. And with that, I had 5 days of 0 stitches. And 5 days I had 30 minutes or less stitching. And the longest stitching day was on Anzac Day, 25th of April, and I stitched for 6 hours and 25 minutes, so pretty much 6.5 hours. So that's this month in a nutshell, and we can get onto the specific whips. Now, if you've watched my March stitching update, you would know that I didn't get to work on all my whips, and I felt a bit bummed out that I didn't work on wedding samplers at all. So in April, when I could stitch at the first instance, I chose wedding sampler as my first whip. Wedding sampler is going to be a wedding gift for my best friend, who is going to have her wedding on, well, I won't give you a specific date, but pretty much start of October. And it is a pattern by Teresa Wenzler. I got this one secondhand. So I'm not stitching this cushion, I'm stitching the full version of this. I'm stitching it on the cold fall fabric, and I didn't do any, well, I technically didn't do any color conversion. There was one I kind of was forced to do. It was a anchor marlet, because the DMC equivalent color was no longer available. I just changed it to something kind of similar. And it's stitched on 32 count platinum Belfast 2/2. And this is my progress. We'll do like this side. Yeah. So that's my progress. And we'll do a comparison side by side here. So if I remember correctly, I stitched on this band. I think maybe I had a bit here and I just extended vertically, and I might have stitched more on the side as well. I can't quite remember. And I'll get it closer to you so you can see. It is quite involved with this one because there's a lot of quarter stitching, so you need to count very carefully. But it's quite fun. Like when you get into it, it's quite fun, but when you're a bit anxious to begin with and you pick this one up, it is not fun whatsoever. So yeah, that is my Teresa Wenzler wedding sampler. How much did I work on? So with this one, I worked for 6 days, altogether 5 hours and 25 minutes, so 5.5 hours. I worked on it for from 4th to 9th of April. Now, as I said, it's supposed to be a wedding gift for an October wedding. So now I have about 5 months, and I don't think I'm even halfway done yet. So I really think I need to like focus this more and more and get it done. And I also need to take in the like framing time. So ideally I should be finishing in 4.5 months and give it about 2 to 3 weeks framing time. So yeah, I really need to speed up. That's that. And then I worked on Napping Kitten. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. Oh, yeah. And I am working on this with Bernadette from Burn Stitches. Now, she originally was being very ambitious. She said she wanted to finish this project before she started her new job. So she wanted to finish it in April. But it was not, like, this project is not a very colorful project. And she is distracted once again. So she didn't end up finishing it in April. But when she expressed that ambition, I was taken aback a little. I said, oh, I don't think I can finish it this month, but I'll give it a fair shot. And no, I didn't finish it. This is my progress. Get closer. And I can do a side by side. Now I think I've reached the bottom now. So that's the top, that's the bottom. If you watched my vlog, you would have seen me stitching this a bit during some long weekends. I started back stitching here. It's not quite done yet, but most of the back stitching up here is done. And yeah, I just gotta do a lot of the boring like tree trunk. So a lot of cream colors again. I'm trying to break it up with the half stitching here. So I told Bernadette that I want to get it done by June. I was thinking maybe in May, but I don't want to give myself so much pressure. Also, I feel like whenever I say things as my plan in these videos, they never, like mostly they never get done. So I should just cut myself some slack. Roll you again. So mostly I just have these 2 corners. And by the way, my neighbor is having a party again. The very inconsiderate neighbor I briefly mentioned in my vlog as well. Whenever they have a party, their music is really loud and the music can go on until 2-3 o'clock. I am hoping tonight is not one of those nights, but who knows. Judging by the number of cars parked outside their premise, I don't know. So yeah, I hope you can't hear it. Otherwise, I hope with the editing, like to mute the insignificant sounds, you don't hear anything at all. So fingers crossed. Yep, that is my kitten. I worked on this like in 2 rounds. Altogether 7 days. Is it 2 rounds? No, actually 1 round consecutively and then just random days. So I worked on Napping Kitten for 7 days. Altogether 15 hours and 55 minutes, or pretty much 16 hours. The first round was 10th to 13th, so 4 days. and then 15th, 17th, and 24th. And I didn't mention everything I used was included in the kit. The Ada's 18 count Ada 2/1. Yeah, so the Ada is not good quality and they don't give you that much access. So if you use Q-snap, no, I don't think this will fit on the Q-snap. You'll need a very small hoop to be able to work with it. And I use the Nerge, like the smallest size, I think. What is this? The Nerge number 2. Oh, I don't think it's the smallest size. The Nerge number 2. 165 by 145 millimeters. And that works pretty well on this. It doesn't quite cover the whole picture, but you can work on most things. So that is my nappy kitten. I think we're flying through this. This is probably going to be a short one, which I would prefer anyways. Okay, then I worked on a good tyke. Now this is a pattern that you probably don't see a lot, but it's by Londoc Samplers. It features a greyhound. Oh, I will probably post, edit a picture like preview here, because I have the PDF version, so my preview is on an iPad, and if I show you, it doesn't look very good. So this one, I didn't use their color scheme at all. I just wanted to sort of stitch it as I go. I kind of have a rough idea what kind of color scheme I want, but I didn't want to purchase threads just for that, except for the border colors, and the black, obviously. And I will be converting the fawn color into a blackie in honor of Amy that's passed in Feb. So I haven't started filling in the greyhound yet, so I've only just got the outline done, but I should I should be working on the greyhound color converting. Now this is my progress. Yeah, I was trying to get that corner done. Trying to get the corner done so I could start filling in the words, because the words was stitched with, I think, variegated DMC. I just wanted to see how the colors would work out, and I'll show you a bit closer here. It doesn't really show the color really well, so this variegation is like a purple to a magenta, and it's also got a really deep purple. So yeah, it is actually a very pretty color, and it works. I think it pops with the variegated red here. So yeah, I think I did this, and I worked more on here. I'll do a comparison like this. It's a bit big. Now this fabric is a hand-dyed fabric. It's a hand-dyed even weave. It is 32 count. I'm working on it 2/2. So yeah. With this, I worked on it for 3 days, 21st to 23rd, altogether 5 hours and 30 minutes. And yeah, I left a note saying I wanted to see the wording for the color combination, and I really like it so far. Oh, and I'll show you the thread. So with the words, I actually used 4245, the color variegation one. Yeah, so that's the color. That's supposed to be the color, but with the camera you can't really see. Oh, I can see a little bit of variegation, eh? Yeah, and that's the red by Threadworks. So that's the contrast. And the thread for the Threadworks is 1090. Yep. Okay, and then if you've watched some of the other videos, you know that I've got this kit I wanted to start, and this month I finally started it. I featured this in my vlog, and also I did a chatty stitch with me on this one too. So it is Coffee Break by Designworks. So it's a new start. Now there's no comparison video. There's no comparison picture, and this is where I'm up to. Oh, I should have shown you, sorry, I should have shown you the preview. This is what happens when I do an update video at night. Anyway, so this is the preview. It is, do you call it a sampler? But it's pretty much a collage of different kinds of coffees. JP loves coffee. I like the taste of coffees, but now I can't enjoy it as often. So yeah, it is stitched on 14 count Aida, 2/1, and it's got a lot of back stitching and a little bit of French knots, I think, on some of the letters. And it's supposed to be 12 by 16 inches. And now I can show you how far I've reached. I haven't quite finished the first coffee yet. I was planning to finish at least the first one this month, but I didn't end up completing it because I don't know, just somehow I feel like I've stitched it for years. It's just not done. And I did some back stitching. Obviously the back stitching is not done. I still have quite a lot of back stitching to do. The cross stitches are almost done except the border. I've just got the color to complete for that last coffee bean. Yeah, for sure in May this will be done, and then I'll move down to the next one. Anything else I want to tell you? Oh yeah, so if you see the preview, that coffee, the first coffee, actually looks kind of grey, the saucer and the cup, but it's actually quite blue. When I was stitching, I guess halfway, like a bit of here, I was getting worried because it looks so different compared to the preview that I've got on the kit. So I googled some pictures of completed project, and I realized it's just, yeah, it's supposed to be this color, it's supposed to be blue. And then I felt a lot better. So yeah, overall it looks really nice. I haven't even finished back stitching, but the coffee already looks really nice. I think only the steam is completed, and obviously the wording and some of the beans. Sorry, these two beans. and I ended up doing some back stitching on the border. That's where I'm up to with this one. I think I did one boo-boo. I might have like stitched with one color, like one extra square, but I was like, it's not very obvious, it's okay. So yeah. Oh, by the way, this needle minder and this cat needle minder, they're both from Inchworm Designs. I'll link the shop in the description down below if you're interested. So, as you can see, even though it doesn't look like I've worked on it that much, because not much is completed, but I worked on this one for the longest time, the coffee break. So I worked on it for 8 days, and altogether I did 20 hours and 10 minutes. Now that was 16th, 18th to 20th, and 25th to 28th. And my note was I wanted to finish the first block and then I could move on to another project, but I didn't end up completing it. So I didn't even move on to another project. And surprise, surprise, that's the end of my whip update, which means I didn't get to touch Victorian Elegance at all. In my vlog, I was saying, oh, I want to wash it and iron it and then I can work on it. No, it didn't happen. And I also didn't touch the countryside at all because I took it off the Lowry stand, thinking I would use the Lowry stand to like film, to stitch other things so I could film. So I did a hobby with us with JP on Napping Kitten, and I also did a like stitch with me. I literally just made it public like today on coffee break, so it's still not even like put back yet properly. The countryside is still just like kind of propped up on the armchair. I'll have to like put it back and maybe start working on it in May. I do feel bad not touching these two projects at all. And obviously I haven't touched the calendar either, the felt calendar. So that's why I'm saying like April is a fail for stitching, because there's so many things I haven't worked on, and there were like things I wanted to achieve in March, saying I would do this, and they didn't get completed at all. So yeah, it is very short, so that's the end of my whip update. Now in terms of plan, I'm even worried to mention anything, so let's just be conservative, I suppose. I will finish the first motif or first coffee for coffee break, and I will start on the second coffee. I think it's Irish coffee, and with a good tag I will just tag along because there's really no time restraint for that at all. With Wedding Sampler, I want to work on it a bit more because yeah, I don't have that much time left. I need to really hurry up. And Victorian Elegance, I really need to wash it and maybe complete it soon, because 6 whips, like 6 is probably not easily managed by me. I don't have that much stitching time. So yeah, I gotta start finishing some stuff off. So Victorian Elegance should be pretty prioritized, and Napping Kitten, because I want to prioritize other things, so I will try to finish it by June. Yeah, I think that's conservative enough, because but just looking at it, I feel like a lot of it is completed. What else? And the countryside, there's really no time restraint on it either, so I'll just tag along. I'll try to at least work on it in May. Now life updates. So today ended up actually being very busy. We took the dogs to a play date, which was new to us. We've never done that before. Pretty much we could take the dog off leash as long as they had muzzles on, so we got to see the boys run around like crazy, chasing each other. They even got to run around with another dog, another blackie. It was really nice, and then they pooped. But we ended up going for a walk at night anyway, so we walk the two dogs twice a day. I think I would have like inserted some videos and pictures. So yeah, the boys are doing really well. I feel like ever since we adopted Rex and Rocket, I had less time. Like before, when I had Amy, I would get up like 10 o'clock would be early. As long as she got walked, she would be fine. But with these two, these days, I normally get up like 8:30, 9 o'clock. There were a few times I got up 9:30. I felt really guilty because I had to, feed them and walk them. So because of that, even though I got up earlier, I felt like I didn't really have more time. And in terms of hanging out with JP, we haven't properly had a gaming session together for a long time. The other day I was thinking, for 1.5 months, so 6 weeks, we only played games together for one night. And with all the public holidays, that's crazy. So somehow I feel like the time I could hobby is diminished, kind of to a point. It almost feels like now we've got kids, so like we have less time, and there are certain things we have to like prioritize and abandon almost. Like when we're happy, we're like really happy looking after the doggies, and they make us really happy every day. But yeah, it's just not a lot of time. And we just but we've been talking about it for a while. So we want to take a holiday to Darwin, start of June. That's not related to May, but just a plan. And we want to stay there for 4 nights. We've booked the tickets already. We were planning on a trip last year, in August, I think, and it didn't happen because there was a snap lockdown, I think. So we had the credit, so we used the credit, and apparently there was only like $20 difference, so we're very happy. Now I booked the flight. I need to get the annual leave approved. So if it can happen, it will be so nice, because we haven't traveled together, I think, since 2018. Yeah, so it would have been 4 years. Like properly travel together. It's been 4 years. What else? And also, I think this would have been like old news. So I did the surgery, and I had my 6-week review post surgery, and the specialist said they did tests on the cyst that was removed, so histology, and it revealed that I actually have a condition called struma overi, which means they found thyroid tissue in that cyst. Apparently, that kind of tumor, so this is a tumor, it's a benign tumor, but that kind of tumor is quite rare. So now, because of that, I have a bunch of tests to do again. Now they're worried about my thyroid function. They hope it's normal, and it should be normal. And I need to do follow-up ultrasound, pelvic ultrasound, to make sure there's no cyst growing, because now they know that like I've got this condition, it's more likely for cysts to form. And I was told that if in 6 months they find another cyst, they'll have to remove my left ovary altogether. So before that happens, I guess I'll have to ask her like some questions after like some tests I can do now. But yeah, it seems like it's never ending. But I was talking to my mum the other day, and she said at least there's a cure and you don't feel any pain compared to the people who are suffering from conditions that cause them heaps of grief. It's not that bad for you. Which I guess, yeah, all the problems I have right now aren't really giving me any problems or any inconvenience. The only inconvenience is I need to do tests to make sure my conditions are okay. So I guess that's all. The life updates even. Yeah. I think this, yeah, 37 minutes. This might be the shortest update video in a long time. Purely because I really haven't done much. Just too busy doing normal life, I guess. In terms of filming next month, I still will try to do a vlog on a week. I'll choose a random week. Normally it will be like in the middle, and I'll do my normal like cross-stitching update, but I don't think I'll do anything else. I feel like this month I somehow set up a lot of videos for me, so I was scrambling to find time to film and to edit. In May, I want to kind of lay back a little, so 2 videos sounds doable. And I do want to find more time stitching, hanging out with JP, watching more shows, and just enjoying life with 2 greyhounds all together. And tomorrow, sorry, not tomorrow, Monday I'm seeing the urologist to discuss the results of the CT scan with contrast for my kidneys. So hopefully that goes well. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I'm sorry there's not that much to show. I hope you're not disappointed, especially for people who, I guess, got here because of the Victorian elegance. I'm so sorry. I mean, if you want to unsubscribe, feel free, but I'm sorry. I think that's it. I will bid you goodbye, and either I will edit this video or I will stitch a little. And I hope you're busy but happy, but still you have time to enjoy your hobbies. May it be cross stitch, knitting, whatever, crafting, gaming, anything you like, as long as you're happy. And that's it for me. I will see you in the next video.